For decades, archaeologists operated under a strict logical rule about human progress. Before a society could even think about building monuments or developing complex cultures, they first had to secure their own basic survival. This timeline shows the sequence exactly as understood. Nomadic hunter-gatherers learned to domesticate plants and animals. That agricultural breakthrough allowed them to form permanent villages. Over time, communities grew into sprawling cities. Only then, with massive resources, could a civilization build monumental architecture. Göbekli Tepe broke that timeline entirely. This massive megalithic complex dates back roughly 12,000 years. That places its construction thousands of years before the invention of agriculture and long before the first cities ever existed. The discovery left a gaping hole in our understanding of prehistoric humanity. If wandering foragers supposedly lacked the capacity to construct massive stone monuments, someone else must have possessed the engineering knowledge to build this site. That intellectual vacuum opened the door to the lost civilization hypothesis. Authors like Graham Hancock have popularized the idea that this site is physical evidence of something far older and more sophisticated. The core of this argument proposes an advanced global culture existed during the last ice age. According to the theory, this society possessed deep knowledge of engineering and astronomy, which they eventually passed down to prehistoric peoples. Proponents argue this global culture was wiped out by severe environmental cataclysms. Massive climate shifts, catastrophic flooding, and natural disasters dismantled their society. Within this alternative framework, Göbekli Tepe stands as a surviving fragment, a deliberate memory preserved from a world devastated by the end of the Ice Age. Theorists look for geographical clues to support this idea. The region surrounding the site sits near fertile ancient river valleys that researchers historically associate with the biblical Garden of Eden. They connect this localized idea of paradise to broader global legends. Some argue that survivors of the Ice Age cataclysm mirror the Greek philosopher Plato's accounts of Atlantis, passing esoteric knowledge down to future generations. To back up these claims, alternative researchers point to the physical pillars themselves. The stone reliefs feature highly intricate, deliberate carvings of various creatures, including goats, scorpions, and foxes. This diagram illustrates how some theorists interpret these animals. They argue the carvings function as a complex celestial map, with the specific creatures representing ancient constellations and precise star alignments. The appeal of this narrative is easy to see. This framework redefines our ancient ancestors, transforming them from primitive scavengers into sophisticated skywatchers, preserving cosmic secrets. Most archaeologists firmly reject the lost civilization theory. Their reasoning comes down to the scientific burden of proof and a hard look at the physical evidence actually left in the soil. The archaeological record at Göbekli Tepe is missing the hallmarks of an advanced global society. Excavators have found zero evidence of writing systems, complex infrastructure, or uniform cultural markers spread across different regions. Most tellingly, there is absolutely no trace of metallurgy. The builders managed to carve and hoist massive limestone pillars using only rudimentary flit fragments and stone tools. The mainstream scientific consensus presents a reality that is equally staggering. These structures were built entirely by highly capable bands of hunter-gatherers who managed to organize an astonishing level of human cooperation. We don't need a lost continent to explain the site's sophistication. The evidence proves that early prehistoric humans were simply far more capable, organized, and inventive than we ever gave them credit for. Göbekli Tepe serves as a powerful reminder that history is not a rigid science. As new discoveries emerge from the ground, we have to remain entirely open to revising our understanding of the human past. At the same time, the strict standards of the scientific method still apply. If someone claims a forgotten global civilization existed, they have to produce tangible, physical evidence to support it. Amid the intense debate, certain facts anchor both sides. The megaliths are 12,000 years old, the stonework required extraordinary skill, and the true purpose of the complex is still a matter of fierce debate. Yet the most compelling detail is what we haven't seen. Archaeologists have only excavated a tiny fraction of the entire complex. With roughly 95% of the site still untouched, the physical data required to resolve this debate remains locked in the earth, waiting for the tools of future excavations.